go. Hold on. Cue it up. Boom.
You got one job, John.
I got one job.
You got one job.
What's up, man? What's doing, everyone? All right. Now, Danny, how do I bring you on to this broadcast here?
You got to invite me.
All right, guys, what's going on, everyone? What's up, Brett? Hold on. I got to try to get Danny on here. This shit's all new to me. Hold on. What do I got to do? Hit plus? What am I hitting, Danny?
Let me see.
Can you invite yourself?
Oh, yeah, you're live. Yep, there we go.
How do I invite Danny K? Hold on, guys.
Hold on.
Danny!
Let's see. Hold on. Questions.
Danny.
Request to join.
Did you request to join?
I think I did.
I got Danny. Let's see. Go
Did I
live
request?
with Danny. Boom. Go live with Danny.
Go live. Let's see if.
There we go. What's up, Danny Dan?
What's up?
My sacrifice. Let's see if we cannot make a shit show out of this. Hold on.
Right.
All right. What's going on, everyone? What is going on?
As you can tell, I'm holding my phone because I'm not prepared for the going live thing.
Shit show. What's up, Deb?
Are we?
Right. Hold on. Let me lower the volume on this so I don't. All right. I don't hear that. We're good.
I guess. I wonder if we're echoing. I don't know if anybody's on.
Guys,
drop
us a comment if we're echoing. We're going live right now with our KFit Talk broadcast. Guys, somebody on Instagram, drop us a comment and tell us if we're aggravating the shit out of you. What's up, everyone on Facebook? Hold on, my podcast peeps out there. We're trying to do something here.
Yeah. I'm not equipped with this right yet.
You're not what?
I got to figure it out.
All right, hold on. What's going on, everyone?
There we go.
I got my goggles on today. Studious look. Hey, Deb, are we echoing? What's up, everyone? This is going to be a shit show. Put your seatbelt on.
She says yes. So I think we're echoing.
We're echoing? Yes, we're echoing, or yes, we're good?
Danny is not echoing, of course. Thank you, Deb. Because I'm not echoing.
That's messed up. All right, let me back this bad boy up. All right, come on. Somebody, what's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Welcome to the KFit Talk.
You're echoing.
Podcast. We're echoing. Shit.
Now both are echoing.
All right. Guys, if you guys are on Instagram, jump on over to it, Danny. Facebook, right?
Facebook. I'm posting it live, and then KFit Talk on Facebook. So go, if you're on Instagram and we're echoing, go to Facebook, KFit Talk, or Danny Knight.
All right, we got to figure this shit out. I'm sorry, guys.
We got it. We'll get it.
If you're not on Facebook, you guys can go to YouTube. Go to KFit Talk on YouTube. You got to join us. We got a good podcast today. All right.
KFit Talk on YouTube. KFit Talk on Facebook, or Danny Knight on Facebook. Let's do it, y'all. Come on.
All right, we gotta
come
go.
on.
All right, come on. All
okay,
right.
not too bad.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize to all our peeps out there holding on the podcast. Guys, welcome to our KFit Talk podcast with Jon Koga and Danny K. All right, we're coming at you live on the social media. We just had a little mix up with Instagram, of course. Why else? Now it looks like I'm a little lagging behind on my video. But anyway, we are at KFit Talk Podcast, Season 7, Episode 1. It's a new season, baby. We're excited about it. We got some great topics we're going to discuss today. And I do apologize if it drove you guys crazy out there in the podcast land. If you're on social media on Facebook, make sure you guys go to your local podcast platform and subscribe. This is a podcast, even though we do go live with it. We want to make sure you guys subscribe on any of the podcast platforms. All right. Season 7, Episode 1, sponsored by Sizzle International. Sizzle is our amazing health and wellness company that Danny K and myself have been involved with for years, giving you the best products you can put in your body, on your body. All right. Promoting health, wealth, and happiness for many, many years. We always have a featured product, which hopefully we'll get to today. And you know what, Danny? I'm excited. You why? My merch. Merch. See my merch? That Koga Warrior head. Hey, Danny, you know what? I know you might not understand the cool urban slango lango, but merch stands for merchandise, okay? In case you didn't know what merch.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
thank you for enlightening
right.
me,
So
Mr. Koga.
from all my peeps out there that don't know what merch is, I'm pointing to a nice Jago headband. Shout out to Jago headbands.
Jago.
With my Koga Warrior headband merch, aka merchandise. So if you guys want to
She
get one,
also makes Danny K Gym and Wellness merch.
all right. So we got merch too, but merch once again for our non-speaking urban linguists and linguists. It's merchandise. All right, there you go. You learn something every day. Anyway,
Shut the hell up.
Let's get back to the broadcast. All right, want to have some fun with this one today. It's been a crazy, crazy couple of weeks up here in New York. It's been warm. It's been beautiful up here on Long Island. And we're trying to ride it out. Pool is still open. I don't want to shut the bad boy down just yet.
Right.
I was even thinking actually keeping the pool open throughout the winter and using it as a cryotherapy treatment. It's water submersion. How about that, Danny? How about me doing some video of my fat ass in that pool in January?
Why not? But you definitely got to make sure, like with the ice and everything, that you at least keep it open, that you can get through the ice. But with your fat ass, you might be able to just break the ice anyway.
That's true. I thought about it the other day floating on the pool. I said, man, why don't I just keep this bad boy open all winter, freeze that SOB up and use it for cryotherapy, all right? Water submersion. Anyway, Danny, introduce yourself. What's going on down there in the world of Danny K Gym and Wellness? What is up with Danny K?
What is up? So, definitely, y'all, get on with the KFit talk on Facebook. Y'all gotta not subscribe, but click like and follow or whatever. But and anybody that's watching us new, we've got, you said this is season 7, episode 1. So we've got 6 seasons that y'all have missed if you're just joining in for today. So you can find those on the YouTube KFit Talk, and definitely anywhere where you watch your podcast or listen to your podcast, Spotify, which I'm a fan of, and click the bell. Y'all always click the bell. If you click the bell, you get all notifications of when something is uploaded or when we go live or whatever it might be. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, like wherever, but definitely we've got 6 full seasons and going into 7. So y'all are missing out.
You said it. But, we like to say, come chew the fat with us, Danny, right?
Yeah. So, it's nice. It's warm down here. It's sunny. I like it. I'm not a fan of the cold weather. I'm still trying to get my porch all right so that when it rains, it's not going into my basement, which I had a shit show last week. It was all in my basement. Everything that fell, it must have been 4 inches in like 5 minutes, and it was all in my basement. So, a good friend of mine lent me her dehumidifier. Another good friend of mine gave me his ozone machine. So it takes all the smell out of the basement, all the and it also kills mildew and stuff like that. So
nice.
It's been a process, but you know what? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's right. That's what they say.
And I had to. I had to freaking laugh. Like, like I posted, last week or whatever when it happened a week ago, whatever, 2 weeks ago. There was nothing I could do. So throwing a fit and having a tantrum, that was just going to make everything worse and everything. Legit, who knew? So in your shop vac, you probably knew this, John, because you're pretty smart because you know the word merch. But when when I was vacuuming up, sucking up all this freaking water, it was coming out the back.
No.
Guess what I didn't freaking do, which I didn't know because this is my first time sucking up water.
Filter.
I left the filter in. I didn't know. Who knew? John did because he knew the word merch. You know what I mean? Like he schooled us on merch, which I knew the merch.
Man.
I knew the word merch.
But
again, that goes to show Danny K doesn't do labor. So I didn't know this shit, right?
I love it.
So man. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like sucking up everything I'm sucking up is coming out the back. And I'm like, oh, okay, just calm down. Guess what? I'm just going to work the dehumidifier and fuck this shop vac. And I'm just not going to worry with the shop vac because it's not working. So screw it.
Oh,
so
man.
then I get into the gym the next day and I'm like, Greg. And Greg's my go-to it, fix-it guy and everything. And he's like, did you leave the filter in? I'm like, the filter!
Yep.
Anyway,
Gavilta fish. Did you say Gavilta fish or was that the filter or Gavilta fish? What'd you say, Dan?
the filter. I don't know what
Oh,
gefilte fish is. I don't know.
come on,
Some
where are all my Hebes out there? Where are all our Koga Hebrews out there that know? They know what I'm talking about when I say Gavilta fish. Shout out to our Hebrew community. We love you guys. Check it out, Danny. You know what? Right out of the gate, we dropped a few F-bombs, and I know there's some sensitive Sallys out there. So if you're a sensitive Sally or you're a sensitive Steve.
Did you see my thing that I posted the other day? Let me see if I can find that right quick.
Anyway,
let me see if I can find that right quick.
While Danny's looking, I want to tell you guys we are an opinion-based podcast where all of our opinions are factual. So just out of the gate, we want to tell you that heads up. All right. Hopefully you'll learn something, have a good laugh with us, curse us out, drop us a comment, whatever you want.
Look, I want to open up a coffee shop and call it Fuck Mornings. And all the drinks can have cute names like It's Too Early for This Shit, My Boss is an Asshole, My In-Laws Are in Town, and they all come with a shot of tequila in them.
That is freaking awesome, man.
But there was another one. There was another one about cussing and like cussing about a sailor, and I'm trying to find that one.
Guys, you hear that? She said cussing.
Curse. I don't cuss. I speak fluent trucker with a sailor dialect and a construction accent.
I love it. Oh man, because you know what, people get offended, man, and right away, boy, woo, they become keyboard warriors, right?
Oh well.
Oh shit. Listen, we got a lot to talk
about. Fuck them if they can't take a joke.
Yeah, that's it. We got a lot to talk about today, you know. Hey, listen, we can dish it out. We can take it. Drop the comments.
Look, we getting a whole bunch. Oh, we getting a whole bunch of hearts. I love it. I love it. Thank you for the hearts on Facebook.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Guys, we love it. And listen, all kidding aside, we can't do this without you guys. You guys have been so supportive of this. You're having fun with us. Yeah, sometimes we hit a chord and it rubs you the wrong way. But you know what? That's life. You know what? Life isn't always rainbows and unicorns.
Unicorns and rainbows, right? Yeah.
Unicorns and rainbows. So check it out. So listen, we got some good topics today, Danny. I love the first one that you came up with because I got to tell you guys, I would love to take, many of you might agree to this. I love to take these cell phones and these devices and throw them out the window. Like it should be a mandatory rule that you need to unplug. I think Verizon and all these companies, obviously we can. I'm being a little far-fetched right now, but like they should just shut your shit down for 1 hour. So if they know you're going to sleep, like and Danny, I loved what you said, 1 hour prior to sleep, like shut every device we have known to man, right down to your friggin' beeper. Because I know some of you guys are still rocking the beepers on your hips. Okay. Shut it down, shut them off, unplug them, zero interaction with your devices for 1 hour a day. I would love it. I would welcome it. Write it up, sign it. Sleepy Joe, Grandpa Joe, write it into law. I'll vote it out right now, and I'll vote for that right now. Shut down devices. Yeah, I know. Shut down a device for 1 hour a day and unplug. And
but you know what?
The world to be a better place.
But I am so guilty. Like I wake up and I have to check. I'm like, oh, did I miss something? And I'm like, damn it, Danny, you gotta freaking stop. But it's like I'm so business. It's not like I'm attached to it with social media just for social media, just to like see what Mary Sue's doing. It's all about business. It's like I don't want to miss an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like
But you know what, Danny? I think, and guys, drop us a comment if you agree. Serious, don't be afraid. Push your fingers on those little buttons and drop us a comment.
Yeah.
Or if drop us a comment on the podcast, which I want to get to real quick. Before I talk about dropping us a comment, guys, I also heard now that Spotify is going to be doing video, Danny. So we're going to consider maybe bringing the video version into it. All right. So here's the deal, man. You got to be able to unplug. You got to be able to shut it down. And it's not easy, man. And all of us business entrepreneurs, say, well, I need it for business. You don't need it for business when you're on effing Pornhub, okay? When you're on freaking Pornhub or you're shopping on Amazon, all right? Which I do neither of, just for the record, all right? I heard about that website from, I think my nephew had a shirt on one time. What the hell does that mean? Anyway, shut it down. You're going to feel better about unplug. Danny said we got to do something on unplugging, but right away we find that excuse as we say we shouldn't. Like, it's business. I can't miss this. I can't miss that. And guess what? Miss it. It'll do your body good. It'll do your brain good. Unplug. Think about, some of you millennials don't know about this, but there was a time before we had access to all this crap. And it has changed the world. I personally think for the better and for the worse. I really do. You know, I mean, I remember reading a book, man. I remember sitting down poolside reading a book. You know, I remember having conversation with people, you know, back in the day to just start a conversation. How about at the club? You had to ask for somebody's phone number. You asked the bartender for a napkin and a pen. I mean, do you remember those freaking days? You got to get somebody's number, you know, like they get to that club. My boys would be like, well, who's going to get in the car at 4:00 in the morning before we went to the diner over here in Long Island? And we'd be checking out who got the most phone numbers on a crumpled up, you know, napkin. All my Guido buddies. Anyway, but Danny, we got to learn to unplug, Danny. And you have any advice? What could we tell our listeners and our viewers? Like, what is some good advice and coming from you, they're going to take heed from it because they know you're a 24/7 turned on all the time for business, for Danny K, and also for your motivational stuff. So it's not just about self-edification and self-gratification. You're giving information to people that's going to help inspire them and motivate them too. But Danny, how do we shut this shit down every now and then?
Dude, I've been trying to figure that out myself because, you know, I looked at the other day and I'm like, so I have Danny Knight, my personal, you know, where I just do some fun stuff and some motivational stuff. I have Danny K Gym Wellness. I've been trying to be more active on KFit Talk. I've been I got my sizzle. I've got my
XTs, XYTs.
Oh, XYTs. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I need an extra day to do all the, because people don't understand. Well, the people that do social media, and you know, TikTok, you know, doing different kinds of things on TikTok for that, but for those businesses. But people that do the marketing and stuff, like the social media marketing, understand this. But when you do a post, like it's more than just, you know, doing a quick video, blah, 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 and, you know, putting a couple hashtags and sending it out. You're trying to figure out like what actually is going to attract, what hashtags are going to attract, you know, like, I just figured out like now you can put a link on your, Instagram, stories to where instead of saying link in bio, which then they click out of that, they got to go to your bio, then they click on the link. Now you can just put a link right there. So it's like I'm putting up my XYT. It's like order here, boom, takes you right to it. So, you know, so it's like I'm constantly, and then I learn that, and then I'm like, I get obsessed. I get obsessed with when I learn new things. And I have to be like, I have to do this. I have to create another reel. I have to create another story. And it's very hard, especially this last week. It's been very hard for me because, you know, I'm working, you know, like 13, 14 hours at the gym. And then I go home, it's late. I've been having to deal with this flood in my basement. And then, you know, and trying to make sure that the machines are turned on or whatever. And then, you know, go upstairs and then I've got to eat dinner. I've got to, which might be a protein shake because eating that late, you know, eating an actual meal that late is crazy. And then I got to wash my face. I got to take a shower. I got to get ready for bed. And then there's a shit ton of messages that I have not gotten to because of working back-to-back clients, dealing with that downstairs in the basement, getting up here, taking the shower, you know, and it's like these messages are coming through and yes, you know, they'll wait. No, they won't, you know, because that's part of who I am. When somebody tags me in something, I'm constantly on there going, thank you, you know, and boom, 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 giving my message.
I'm the same way.
You know, and so, and I look at, and I look at like all these other people that have been tagged and nobody, so that's what sets Danny K aside, you know, from everything. But, you know, so it definitely this week has been hard because then, you know, it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm trying to get back to these people. You know, there might be a post that I need to do and stuff like that. And it's like, by that time, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to put my phone down. I'm just going to take a nap, you know, like kind of just chill for a minute. And then next thing you know, I'm asleep. 2 hours later, I wake up and it's like, fuck, I didn't turn off my TV. I didn't turn off the lights. I didn't, you know what I mean? And then it stresses me out. So this coming week, I'm going to try and do a lot better with that because then hopefully I won't have a flood to deal with and all of that stuff is out of the way. you know,
Yeah.
but you know,
You know what it is?
it's
It's like it's life, and barring like emergency reasons, listen, I get it. But like think about like I would love to know what the and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did. I would love to know what the studies and the reports are on how many times in 1 hour we pick up that damn phone and look at it. I bet you I would safe this I would venture to bet it's almost every minute. I mean, right
yeah.
now we're doing a podcast. I already looked down at my phone 2 or 3 times. For what? I'm focused on my podcast, on our podcast, and it's like,
Okay, so I have this right here.
okay,
So it says 2 hours and 51 minutes. So 54 minutes on Safari, 37 minutes on messages,
wow,
29 minutes on Facebook, um 16 minutes on Quirtle,
okay, there you
six
go.
15 minutes on Spotify. So I mean, it's we have it here.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
analytics.
it's
Yeah, the analytics.
it
Yep.
in your analytics of your battery and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, it's absolutely, crazy. And there's the entertainment, there's the social. So social actually isn't as big as other. So but
So
yeah, I
so
mean,
so what do you so let's give the listeners some because we got to take advice on our own. We haven't even offered advice on what to do because we both
right.
basically threw in the towel and said, "Shit, we don't know exactly what to do." It's like,
Well,
all right, so like,
and
should we like maybe
Anna and Tony do not take their phone to bed.
that's wow,
They
wow,
leave it downstairs, plugged in downstairs. Now, granted, they don't own a business, right? You know, what I mean, Anna, does personal training, but her stuff can wait. It's not like business wise or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yep,
I'm trying to get her more active in her sizzle business, but that's still probably, that still can wait. Um, but yeah, so she leaves it downstairs. There's a lot of people that don't have TVs in their bedroom.
yeah,
But I sleep with a timer on my when I don't fall asleep by
yeah.
accident. But I put a timer on my TV,
So do I.
you
So
know,
do I.
so that because I have to listen to mindless TV, like something that I've watched 50 million times, so that I don't have to like stay awake to watch it. You know what I mean? So it's stuff like Three's Company or Reba or The Cosby
Yeah,
Show or something that I've seen 50 million times. That is just mindless stuff to take my mind off of circling. Oh, I gotta do this email tomorrow. I gotta do this tomorrow. Oh, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. Now, shit, I gotta do this. So instead of thinking about work and whatever, I'm just listening to that and set it on timer and it goes off. So I set
yeah,
my light on timer. So setting timers, not taking your phone to the bedroom.
yeah.
Um,
You know what I'm thinking also? Like, it's like, I don't know about you, and I think I know the answer, but like when I'm with clients or I'm teaching a class, unless I know I'm waiting for something important to come through, I don't. My clients will tell you he never go to my phone. I never have my. I see trainers at the gym holding their phone, looking at their clients doing doing something. I'm like, hey, listen, to each his own, but I just don't take that approach. Or in
yeah,
in my so that time is like that's my free time. That's my me time where I actually put this damn phone down. But I'm going to tell you something. Like many of you guys and girls might be able to understand this and maybe went through this. So yesterday, doing a training, and I had to use my phone at the studio as I always do for music, but my phone dies. Okay, so now I'm like, oh shit, the phone died. And I'm like, in a way, I was like relieved. I'm like, oh, I could shut this shit down, not realizing that my freaking Apple Watch gets all my phones and texts and all that. So it's like, for that one split second, I was like, yes. Then you get pissed, like, oh my God, my phone's died. What am I gonna do? It's not the end of the freaking world, people. How many of you can relate to like the phone dying and you have no charger, you're in your car? It's like instead of saying, I'm gonna take this time to think of happy things or go through my mental
yeah,
inventory on things I need to do. The phone is dead. I can't do a damn thing about it if you don't have a watch that coincides with it, interacts with it. And I was like, oh shit. But I got to tell you, Danny, it was freaking liberating. The
yeah,
phone was freaking dead. I was able to adjust and get music on elsewhere. And knowing that I didn't have to run to, and even in between my clients, I had to wait till I got home because I forgot
right,
all of my chargers.
yeah,
But I said to myself, I'm going to see how many times I'm not going to look at my text messages on my watch.
right,
And it was a tough battle, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, what's so freaking important? I didn't go to social media, which was great. Some people have like said, hey, John, you weren't on social media all day. You got a post from 5 days ago. I'm like, okay, are you thanking me or are you complaining? You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Yeah.
so I know people get into a frenzy and it's like crisis management when your freaking phone
Well,
dies instead of celebrating it. You know?
I will tell you, like one time me, Lindsay, and Mike went to this Indian restaurant and I loved it. The atmosphere was great. And yeah, I could still take pictures and video and stuff like that, which was cool. Because it was just the experience that I wanted to like later on post. But there was something work related that came through and it came through enough, but I couldn't send anything out and it freaked me the fuck out. There I it was just the service. And I
Yeah.
was just so like I was so frantic and so like
Crazy.
frustrated. And I'm like, I know I can't do anything right now. Like, let it go. Enjoy the time with Zena and Mike and
Takes
Lindsay
you
and
out of
stuff
the
like that.
moment. Yeah,
Enjoy
it
this.
takes you away from the
But
moment.
but I absolutely I was it was work and it wasn't like I was just trying to post something on social media and I was getting frustrated because that could have waited. But it was work and I was trying to get back to this person and it was just frustrating, you know what I mean? But people will wait, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel like it's a missed opportunity if I don't get in it. And it was just frustrating me,
Yeah.
um, and but with training back to training with clients and stuff. It dings every now and then. I will be on my phone, like especially like it's in my pocket or whatever. And when you call, people know, like my clients know, like when you call, I'm like it's John, and they're like okay. So I'm like hey John, you
Yeah, same way.
immediately hey,
Same way we
are
do.
you with someone? And I'm like, yeah, I'm with a client right now. Okay,
Yep,
I'll call
we
you
both
back
do
later.
that.
Boom.
Yep, we
It was
both do
quick
that.
like
Yep,
that.
yep.
So most times I leave my phone on my desk plugged in. And I have this, but I I can't see.
Yeah, join the club.
So I just hear that it dings, and I might be able to say, "Oh, okay, that's a text from Lindsay or a text from John." But if I'm waiting for a client to text me, so that's why I stay plugged in while I'm
Yeah,
working,
yeah,
is to make sure that my clients aren't. And like today, I was so involved in working with the other John with trying to figure out the OBS that we're
yeah.
soon going to be doing or whatever. And I was talking with him and stuff, and I was working out, and I had other clients, and somebody else that did you not like next door Billy, she I wanted to talk to her about our boxing class and her doing it, and she's like, I messaged you on Instagram and Facebook, and I was like, I wasn't able to check it.
Oh my
you know
God.
so when I don't get back to people, they get pissy, and
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
so
I
fun.
mean? Like,
And Danny, you know what? I got it. I'm gonna talk about not seeing things. So one of my biggest. This is the only time I appreciate when I turned 30 3 years ago, and they said when you turn 30, your eyes start going
whatever.
bad. When they say your eyes start going bad at 30, well, that was true for me 3 years ago. I'm sorry, 4 years ago. I would look at my phone. I'm like, shit, this shit's starting to get blurry. And I looked at it as a blessing in disguise because now if I'm driving, if I'm this, if I'm that, I'm not even picking that damn phone up because I can't look at it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, all right, this is good,
Well,
like the
but see,
bad eyes.
you have the hoopty where you don't have car
No,
Apple Play.
there's no
But all I
interaction.
have to do is say, hey, SIRI, read this
Oh,
or
okay.
say
All
this or
right.
whatever. But
Oh, I forgot about
you know,
that. I
yeah,
don't need that. I'm enjoying my car rides without looking at the freaking phone. And how
yeah,
about this? How about the people that are so connected? We talk about being so connected. And I'm not making fun. Some people like they want it now. They want to be the first to do this. They want to. How about the ones that get on social media or text you like, happy Mother's Day 2 days before Mother's Day or Happy New Year's on fucking December 29th. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, pump the brakes, guys. You don't have to worry about being the first one to. We get
right.
it. That's how connected people can't put their freaking phone. They gotta put a post. They gotta send out a text. Guys, pump the brakes. Put the freaking phone down. Enjoy time. It's gonna pass you by. Two things you can't get back. All right, time and what else? There's something else. Two things you
Right.
can't get back in life: time and. All right, drop it in comments. I'll make a what do you
I,
call
I,
that?
I don't know. I forget. I don't know
All right,
time.
well, you drop it in comments. We'll make a contest out of it. All right, so listen, that song we listened to coming in on the intro was Creed, My Sacrifice. I was a diehard Creed fan. I love Creed. I think that song is phenomenal. The reason why we played Sacrifice is going to lead us into our next topic. All right. So unplug it, guys. Unplug. Don't unplug it now when you're listening to the podcast, but unplug it. You're going to feel good about it. If you're at the gym, I know you got to listen to your music. technically you can listen to your music without jumping on social media or that. There's nothing wrong with that. Music is the driving force in life, and enjoy music. But sometimes it's nice to hear nothing. Sit outside in your patio and hear nature. Shut it down. Unplug it. Listen to the birds. Listen to the freaking squirrels. All right. Unplug it for 1 hour a day, maybe a half hour to start. But I'm going to give it a shot. I know I can do it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not going to stress out over it. All right. Because if it's going to happen, it's inevitable. If you're going to wait, that's like I tell people, you know what my schedule is. I tell my family, do not text me any kind of bullshit drama as I'm walking into a code. I'm not going to look at it.
Yeah.
I will deal with it after my clients. I will deal with it after my class. I don't want to walk in, because that puts you in a mental frame of mind that can take you away from the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Changes your frequency.
Yep, there it is. So listen, my sacrifice. Next topic is kind of cool, guys. So we're gonna, and it probably can each and every one of us can relate to it. So when in the fitness industry, you've heard Danny Kaye and myself talk about pain, the pain of this, good pains, bad pains, pain from muscle, pains from joints, just differentiating between good and bad pains. We're gonna talk about an emotional, psychological two pains right now. And I stumbled across somebody's Instagram feed this morning, and it said, there are the two pains. Which one would you rather suffer from? The pain of sacrifice or the pain of regret? Okay. And I'm like, wow, that kind of hit home. I'm like, the pain of sacrifice or the pain of regret? Which one would you rather not suffer from? Okay. And I once again, that was a great post, because it made me go and Google, not Google. I don't use Google now that Danny said I don't do Google anymore. DuckDuckGo. I wanted to research it, and I knew what they both were, but I wanted more of an in-depth, like, all right, so what does this mean? So when I think about the pain of sacrifice, the first thing that pops into my head are our armed services, man, our armed forces. These guys, these men and women, okay, that sacrifice their lives for others. That's what sacrifice is, giving up something for others, okay? Or yourself. Danny's got it right on her arm right there. Beautiful. So it's like, when I look at the pain of sacrifice, it's you come out of it, where you feel good. And some people don't come out of the pain of sacrifice because they don't return back from war, and they sacrifice for us. They gave something up. What is more important than your freedom and your life and your time? The pain of sacrifice. All right. That is, you can rest your head. Even people that have lost loved ones, spouses, kids that have lost parents and family members because of war, because they signed up to fight for this freaking country. And if you're in other countries, you guys know the same deal. England, this, that, the other thing, you're fighting for the pain of sacrifice and loss. When your head hits the pillow at night, you got to know that loved one did more than, I'm a fucking coward, man. I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm calling myself a coward because I never signed up for that, to do that. But yet I sit back after all these years of supporting our troops and supporting our police officers and our first responders and our firemen and stuff that I know I couldn't do. Maybe coward's not the word, but like, I know that when your head hits the pillow, that family member, even though they lost that person, you can find an ounce of comfort knowing that they sacrificed for you, for me, for Danny.
Right.
And that is freaking priceless, Danny, So before we go into pain of the second pain, Danny, I know you got something to contribute on pain of you sacrificed, your mom sacrificed, okay? Never batted an eye because she didn't want you to worry about knowing she was passing away. So Danny, I'm getting chills talking about pain from sacrifice, but talk to us about pain from sacrifice, Danny Kaye.
So, I mean, even like you saying that, so like coming up Thursday would be my mom's 77th birthday. And
pour one out for Linda right now, baby.
So like, talk about sacrifice, so like, it just birthdays alone, right? So her birthday is the 22nd, my birthday is the 24th of the same month. So my birthday's Saturday, her birthday would have been Thursday. So when I was a kid, she always sacrificed, and it sounds like small compared to like military and stuff like that, but
it's still
she sacrificed her birthday for my birthday, so it wasn't about her. When I was a kid, it wasn't about her birthday, it was about my birthday. So when I was old enough to understand So, then it became like, no, the 22nd is your birthday. So we're celebrating your birthday. Don't talk about my birthday. You know what I mean? Like, pretend my birthday is like 3 months from now, So it's all about her birthday. And then on the 24th, it's all about my birthday. Because she was like, well, let's just celebrate both our birthdays on the 23rd. I'm like, nah, the 22nd is your day. You know what I mean? The 24th is my day. And being selfish, I want the 24th as my day. I don't want the 23rd.
I love it.
And then like, so just sacrifice with anything, and I mean, my mom sacrificed a shit ton, trying to raise two kids and without, little minimum child support, if any at all, from whatever. And, but I never knew we were poor. Why? Because she sacrificed everything to make us feel like we were, not wealthy per se, but, if we didn't have enough to eat, she didn't eat, we ate. You know what I mean? Like, if she didn't have enough money, to do something, she made sure that we had clothes on our back, food on our table, presents under the tree, whether she had anything or not. So, talk about like the sacrifice, like all through up until, I had my first job when I was 13. She never got written cards and stuff like that, and things, presents that we would have made in school and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, she never had any presents under the tree until we were old enough to have a job, right? So, like, she never had presents, and, but she made sure that we had presents. So she, as a single parent, sacrificed a shit ton, and worked and didn't take vacations, and just all that stuff. So think about that too. I mean, military is very important, and they're sacrificing their life, putting their life on the line. But single parents out there, moms and single dads,
Sure.
putting their they're doing a shit ton, and as kids,
unselfishly thinking about
unselfishly, and granted, you got some bad apples, parents
No
out there
doubt.
that,
No doubt.
the kids are the one being sacrificed
Yep,
because
that's
of
right.
their
Good
selfish
point.
ways.
Good point.
But you got good moms and good single moms, good single dads out there, that, are sacrificing a shit ton. And I know, my mom, she sacrificed a shit ton, But
Well,
anyway.
guys, there's Danny's side that you guys, every time you see it, you drop a comment because you just respect the fact that Danny's this hardcore, badass, sexy woman. And yet you think she's, she's not emotional and vulnerable. But when it comes to talking about her mom, for those of you listening to the podcast for the first time, Danny lost her mom to cancer, as I did as well. And my feelings are very similar. It's not the same as Danny's when it comes to her mom and what she sacrificed. But Danny's gonna tell you like it is, and Danny, you know what? We could thank Danny's mom's name was Linda, and we could thank Linda for making you the beautiful person you are, Danny, and that holds true. And anybody,
if I could be half the person she was, and if I am half the person she was, I'm like 100 fold.
And I want to shout out to all those people right now that are dealing with loved ones that they're taking to chemo treatment, that you're sacrificing things for your family, for your child, which don't even get me fucking started on why children have to go through sacrifice and 7-year-olds getting blastomelanoma, brain cancers. And it's like, you're going to see a side of me you don't want to see, because I get very, very upset, and I get very, very, you want to talk F-bombs, but anyway, shout out to those parents and those loved ones that are sacrificing their lives to take their moms to see the Parkinson's doctor, or to see taking their daughter or their grandmother, their neighbor, whatever. We want to make a shout out, and you guys are appreciated, and we know the sacrifice you're doing. Yeah, we think of sacrifice in the terms of army men and servicemen and first responders, but each and every one of us listening to this, I'm sure at one time or another had to sacrifice something unselfishly, and you had no problem, just to put a smile on that person's face, just to have one last conversation with your mother. Danny would give her freaking both of her biceps to have her mom back right now. I know that. I know that, and I know many of you listening, would do the same thing. But enjoy the moment. We said you can't get time back. Put the freaking phone down and enjoy the time with that loved one. All right. enjoy the time. And speaking of chemo, I'm going to make a huge shout out right now before we go to the second type of pain. I have to make a huge shout out, and we're sending our love and thoughts and prayers. And it's okay because she's made a public record right now. And notice that Renee, our group fitness director over that oversees all 3 Unique Fitnesses. The reason why I'm at Unique Fitness, she's certified in Koga. She had her first chemo treatment yesterday. And Renee, I want to make a shout out to you. We love you. We're going to kick the shit out of this breast cancer. I know I'm getting a chill even saying it. And all of our people that are listening to are pulling for you, Renee. If anybody can do it, it's you. So you got this, sweetheart. All right. So listen, and we're coming into October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which we'll talk about when we get to October. All right. So guys, the second type of pain, this one is the one that can beat the shit out of you. Okay. And I'm telling you right now, this second type of pain, not physical pain, as we're not talking physical. We're not talking working out or getting beat up. Okay. Self-defense, beating somebody up. We're talking about 2 types of pain that are psychological and emotional that I got to tell you, man, not one is worse or better than the other one, but we're going to talk about the next topic, and that's the pain of regret. The pain of regret. There's a brand out there that made billions and billions of dollars called No Regrets. And even to this day, I absolutely love that saying. And kudos to whoever the hell created it, because the pain of living with regret, the regret of not doing something, the regret of not accomplishing something, the regret of failure, okay? You guys got to understand something. This shit is serious, man. When you live with regrets, you're going to take that to the grave. There's a burden, there's a dark cloud on your shoulder and over your freaking head that you can't explain. Words can't express. I'm speaking on my own personal behalf. The pain of regrets. We all have them. If you don't tell me you have a regret, you're full of shit. I'm going to call you out on it. Okay. If you said you don't have one,
call me out, buddy. Call me out.
If you never had one regret in your life. All right. Now, I'm not talking about regrets that, you did something wrong or you failed. Maybe there's something that in the back of your head, maybe you said to yourself, I wish I would have did this. Now, there are different degrees of regret, Danny. I know, Danny, you don't have many regrets. If not any, I get it.
I jump, baby. I jump.
There's got to be something that's sitting in that closet that you don't want to open up that door on. All right. And it tends to lead to living a lie. Some of our regrets might have been because we try to hide something. We try to bury, we try to suppress something. I'm not a clinical psychologist, so I'm using terms that I'm even proud that I'm using. Suppress something. I sound fucking intelligent, man. But when you suppress something because of a regret, that's gonna hurt you guys. You're gonna live with a knot and a pain in your stomach and your heart that you gotta lift it. You gotta get rid of it. And there are many, many ways to get rid of regrets. That's to look in yourself in the mirror. That's to understand what you did might have been out of your control and say, I got to bury this now. I didn't do it. I should have done it. I shouldn't take the leap. I didn't, no risk, no reward, all that shit because of regret. There are ways to bury those regrets. And it starts with looking in the mirror and making a conscious decision to not lie to yourself and say, you know what, even though I didn't go to college when I should have went to college back in whatever, I still I'm worthy. I can go now. I wanted to be a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I regret. Now, don't regret that. How do you go forward with living with regrets? And it starts with, and I know because I spoke to one of my clients who is a psychologist. It starts with looking in the mirror and telling yourself it's okay. You didn't do it.
Yep.
You got to.
I was going to say forgiveness.
Thank you.
You got to forgive yourself for it.
Yep, the old saying, forgiveness. Who had that song? Bryan Adams. I think it was Bryan had forgiveness. And I'm learning about forgiveness because, we mentioned both of our dads who weren't in our lives. I've learned to, well, that's another conversation. But to learn to forgive yourself is huge. And it's a learning process every day, Danny. So Danny, I love hearing your side of because you don't sugarcoat things. You speak from your heart. And what would you say about how regret can really, really, first of all, when you put regrets and you harbor that feelings inside, that leads to stress and all sorts of bad things that we've discussed on other podcasts about stress.
Yeah.
So Danny, what do you have to say as far as people that are living with regrets that hadn't learned, and working out's a great outlet on. So regrets are tough, Danny, but the pain of a regret is just life-changing and brutal,
So it reminds me when you said no regrets. It reminds me of that tattoo, the commercial with the tattoo, and the guy had no regrets. No regrets. Talk about a regret. Look into your tattoo artist. Make sure they can spell. No regrets. But I mean, I say, and with pretty like 99.9%
Yeah.
confidence that I don't have any regrets because I jump. I have learned to step outside the comfort zone. Like I mean, if like the country song, if I don't, someone else will. You know what I mean? Like, and I have a thing on my little post-it on my desk out front that says no one will outwork me. So like if I'm scared, and I say this all the time, I let fear guide me, not hide me. So if I'm scared to do something, I might be sitting back there going, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Okay, well, you know what, if I don't, someone else will. So boom, and I ask for the raise. I go, again, we talked about like me going to the different mom pa shops, the gyms, instead of going to Golds because I was scared of Golds. Well, why? So I would have had a regret had I not, had I been taking all the rejection from the smaller gyms and just gone to like, work at Wawa instead of going to Golds, right? That would have been a regret. But I sucked it up and I was like, you know what? I'm scared shitless. Somebody's going to be better than me. They're going to be stronger than me. They're going to know more than me. But you know what? I'll learn from them. So jump. And I jumped into it. And guess what? I ended up being the best trainer there. I ended up being, the fitness director. I ended up getting more money than all the trainers there. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe there's something here, right? So, so then I started having more confidence in myself in that realm. So, I mean, if I'm scared to ask someone out, I ask them out anyway. Like I might sit back and be like, no, 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 okay, boom, and I'll ask. You know what I mean? Like I would rather the rejection than the regret, right? So with anything, I would rather ask you, John, for a raise and get a rejection than sit back with regret because and we hear it all the time. The answer to every question is already no. You already don't have it, right? So if I'm scared to ask you for a raise, it's already a no. What do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? You're not. I already don't have a raise. So if I ask you for a raise and you don't give me one, I didn't have it. There's no loss. But if I ask you for a raise and you were like, you know what? I've been watching you. Yeah, you deserve $10 more a class. Boom, here you go. Right. Wow. You know what? So I would have regretted not asking. I would not have regretted the rejection because the rejection. Okay. I mean, anytime I've taken no, and especially being in, the industry of, sales or, like with our sizzle and stuff like that, we got to embrace rejection, right?
For sure.
So, just embrace everything and you already don't have it. So ask for the raise, go for that brand new car, go for the house, go for, renting an apartment instead of living in mommy's basement. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, and if you can't get that apartment or if you can't get that house or if you can't get that loan, figure out what you need to do to get that. If they've rejected you, figure out why. John, why don't I deserve a raise? You know what I mean? Like, tell me why I don't deserve a raise. I'll work on those things, right? So we don't know what we need to work on and we just continue to sit back. So I'm going to ask the girl out for a date. I'm going to ask, for the raise. I'm going to go get my car, my dream car, like whatever it might be. I'm going to go get my business, I'm going to jump into the sizzle and see what I can do with the, with the sizzle business. If I don't know something, I'm going to like, John, Ray, hey, can y'all help me on this one product or how do I get this or how do I do that? You know what I mean? Like, so instead of looking at as, don't look at it as a rejection. Look at it so you can learn something from it. So that way you can project and you can go for it and you don't have to have regret because the worst thing is sitting back going, well, what if I would have asked for that raise? Well, what if I would have went for that car? What if I would have asked for that date? What if I would have, what if I would have? Kane Brown has a song, What If, and great he's song. Like, she's like, well, what if this is the last time? Well, what if this is the first time? You know what I mean? Song. Like, so what if on the good side? Always think what if on the good side. And if you go in positive thinking, 9 times out of 10, you might get it, or at least maybe you don't get a rejection. You might get, not right now, but work on these things and I'll give you that raise. Or, hey, I can't go out this Saturday, but what about next Saturday? You know what I mean? Like those things. You don't know until you ask.
Yep. Well, I think you're 1,000% right. I think that fear and rejection go hand in hand with regrets. It really does. People, fear rejection, and that's gonna stop you from doing many things that you probably should have done. Who gives a shit what people think? I really, it took me, like I said, 34 years to realize I don't care what people. I used to care what people thought. I used to, we still want to change the world in our own crazy way with fitness and lifestyle and health and wellness, and that's not going to change. But like worrying about what people thought and having to give people an answer to, or you have to tell somebody, why I did. You're crazy. You got the wrong guy. Apologize for something that in my heart of hearts I know I didn't have to apologize for. So don't have any regrets, guys. It's easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie. Although I got to call bullshit on Danny on one regret that I know she has, because she's discussed this with me.
What?
All right. So I know one regret.
I said 99.9.
All right.
So,
well, this is
okay,
this
talk
is
to me.
going to be one full percent, not a 0.1%.
Okay.
This is 1% that I know Danny without a doubt regrets. Okay. All right, Danny, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
When was the last time I was down there? A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that beautiful restaurant bar place that we went to that one night? Mill River.
Millstream. What's the regret? I go there all the time.
Yeah, Millstream. Yeah, I think it actually. You know what? Now that my as I'm recalling my thoughts, I do remember we were at this amazing establishment. It's for those of you that don't know Millstream, it's a bar. You can get food there as well. Oh, and also, I think Danny has a regret on not getting this lap dance with this one girl that was. What was it? Was it a?
Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all.
Danny,
I thought you were gonna say regret dating you. Like, please.
Yeah, no, that's that too. But no, that's I thought, as I recall, you said as we were leaving and getting into the car to leave, you did regret not getting a lap dance that night. But I might be wrong. I'm not gonna mention any name.
Yeah, you're wrong, because I remember that girl, and no, I don't. No, she was pushing up on me. She was pushing up on you. She don't work there anymore. Thank God.
No. Oh shit! I'm gonna pee myself.
Nah.
All right, so then I'm wrong.
So my 99.9% record stands.
All right, if you,
John, you're such a bullshitter.
You're an honest person. I just thought you had that regret of not getting that lap dance up in that private room that you love to frequent.
No.
All right, so
not from her.
And if any of you are out there in the exotic professional business and would like to offer Danny a lap dance, she's a really good tipper, girls.
No.
She's girls, I said.
I am a good tipper, but no.
All right. And she's still available. All right, so listen, check this out, Danny. Next topic, we got to shut this shit down. I got people to see, places to go.
I know, me too.
So listen.
You ain't the only busy motherfucker.
Coming to an end. I know you guys that are in the beautiful tropics and out in California and Florida, you guys don't have to worry about this. But we are coming into the colder months, and as Danny does, and I love to rely on my vitamin D by the sea, SEA. You know what I'm saying? The importance of vitamin D, the sun. Okay, we are going to be losing valuable vitamin D therapy right now when we get cabin fever. Danny, you brought this up, so talk to us about the importance of vitamin D in your life, but doing it correctly and not doing it unsafely. Vitamin D, Danny, and we got a product. Maybe we should feature the vitamin D product today.
It should be featured. So there's a couple of things I want to say about vitamin D and the sun. So there is actually stats, and don't come at me, and I'm not telling you not to use sunscreen, and I'm not telling you to wear your sunglasses. I'm not telling you any of this stuff. I'm just saying there is stats proving, peer-reviewed statistics that say people that wear sunglasses mostly are the ones that get more skin cancer than the people that don't wear sunglasses. Now, because one thing that your body does, you've heard us talk about this all the time. Your body is a survival mechanism. It will survive. If you don't eat food, it will eat the muscles, store it as fat. If you don't hydrate, it will hydrate for you. So it will do all the things that it needs to do to prepare you and keep you going and keep you alive. So what your eyes do when the sun hits, when you walk out into the sun, it sends a signal and it tells your body to prepare your skin for the sun. So when you wear sunglasses, your body is, your eyes are not sending that signal to your skin to prepare, so it doesn't prepare properly. So that's where they say,
Gotcha.
I haven't said it, I'm not saying it, I'm just repeating the stats, the peer reviewed stats that so that's kind of interesting, right?
Very interesting.
Now, also, like I didn't know this until a few years ago. So blue-eyed people actually are more sensitive to the sun than dark eyes. So
Okay.
dark eyes, you have the
No,
pigment. The
yeah,
blue is, so it's like with dark eyes, it's like you're, you have more, like skin tone,
natural,
like more
yeah,
skin color,
natural
right?
sun, yeah.
Melon. And when you're with blue eyes, it's like your pale skin, right? So your blue eyes very sensitive because there's not enough, pigment in there to,
Right.
block out the sun or whatever you want to call it. So, but anyway, so vitamin D is very essential to your body, to keeping your body healthy. So it can help ward off, illnesses, sicknesses, viruses,
Well, they
those
were
kinds of things.
throughout COVID, they were plugging vitamin D like crazy.
Vitamin D3 is very, very important. So, and something that I didn't know until I started doing a lot of research about, when my gym got shut down, I had nothing to do but research, and I started researching the research and all that stuff. So, from the Mason-Dixon line more up, the more people in like the wintertime, because we don't have enough access to sun, are more sick than the ones down below, because they're getting vitamin D3 down from the sun in the south. Up north, we're not. But also darker skinned people. So that's why, like a lot of black people have lower, especially in the winter time, have a lower vitamin D
Wow,
um,
interesting.
y- um, on their
Levels.
levels. Yeah. So they need to take vitamin D3 supplement of some sort to boost that vitamin D3 up so that we can stay as healthy as we possibly can. So I didn't realize that. So, and the reason is because the darker your skin, the more you're kind of blocking the vitamin D from getting into your skin, into your body. So that's why, you need more vitamin D3 as, the darker you are.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and that actually came from Sean Bowman. He was here at the gym today, and he was helping me figure out some topics or whatever. And he was saying that, in the wintertime, his levels go down. His doctor, says, no, you got to take a vitamin D, supplement, because you're
And Sean, guys, just for the record, Sean's a
it's
black
lowering.
dude, big, handsome black dude.
Yeah. So,
So
your levels are lowering in the wintertime, So even in the wintertime, like, try and get
yeah,
10
right.
minutes outside in the sun, you know what I mean? Like, and definitely look into a vitamin D supplementation like what Sizzle has.
Yeah, we have
Vitamin D
insurance,
is
yep.
very important, very vital to, some good health
Yeah, we have
things.
we have probably the highest grade vitamin D, and it also comes in with many other nutrients. We have our Encompass 360. We have a couple of products that you not only gonna get an abundance of D, but you're gonna get an abundance of the whole spectrum of vitamins, all right, that you need, minerals that you need. So we have some great vitamin D. If you're in the market for one, reach out to Danny K and myself. All right, guess what, guys? We've said a shitload today. Hope you
A
took notes.
shitload, a
I
shit
hope
ton.
a shit ton. We started out like, forget it, like a bunch of freaking moths in a flame, but we ended always as we always do, on a high note, And we had some good topics today. I got some great, because I couldn't put my freaking phone down to unplug. We had some great texts. We had some great comments, and we appreciate you guys dropping the comments on us. All right. We want more comments. Maybe you guys can contribute. We want you to contribute. Tell us, hey guys, I'm a nutritionist. I know about this is what you guys missed on the vitamin D. This is what, I'm a psychologist. This is what you need to know about the fear, about the pain of sacrifice, the pain of regrets. Help us out, man. We're not claiming to know it all. We know most of it. We're not claiming to know all of it.
Share your experiences.
Share your experiences, and as always, if you want a little side hustle, you want to join our KFit network of trainers, of moms and pops, of millennials, of entrepreneurs, of self-made millionaires that want to get involved by creating a happy, healthy, and wealthier lifestyle for yourself. We have a really good pathway to do that. So drop us a comment if you want to get involved with Sizzle. Science, innovation, success, energy, and longevity. That's what the acronym stands for. We have some some amazing products. All right. So listen, I said enough. I'm gonna shut that hole underneath my nose right now because I got things to go. And I want to thank you. Obviously, you always contribute to this podcast, above and beyond. And you always got my side on this, and I appreciate and I appreciate you talking about your mom today and showing your vulnerable side, which I'll never do. But that's a whole nother conversation. So guys, I love you guys. One Koga love. I'm out. Peace. Jon Koga. Check out kogafit.com. KOGAFIT. The new merch, Danny. Look at the headband.
I see it.
Merch.
I see it.
said, guys, the new merch, Koga Warrior merch.
Whatever. Merch.
AKA, for those of you that aren't, like I said, really savvy on your urban linguistics, that stands for merchandise. Go get some, please.
Whatever. So y'all, KFit Talk on Facebook, KFit Talk on Instagram, and do like the Spotify, the Apple Podcast, the Google Podcast, the Anchor, like wherever you get your podcast, go subscribe. If this is your first one, hitting it, there's 6 seasons with a shit ton of episodes that you missed. A lot of fun and a lot of information. So, and don't forget to hit the bell. And also when you're on KFit Talk, where's the damn thing? There it is. So see, there's the bell. Wait a minute. Can you see the bell? Yep. See the bell? The bell?
Yeah. Yep.
Right there. Click the bell and you will always get notified on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. Click the bells and you will get notifications on YouTube, KFit Talk. So we got you surrounded by KFit Talk and Chewing the Fat with Danny K and Jon Koga, or Jon Koga and Danny K, whatever. Anyway, y'all, stay tuned, stay informed, stay motivated.
My sacrifice, tear ups and downs. Life can turn around, Danny, in an instant.
Yep, for the good or for the bad. So live it.
Yep. Great song, My Sacrifice. Creed.
No regrets.
Regrets.
No regrets. Shout out to Steph who made it to our live.
Right, come on.
Glad you can make it, Steph.
I used to play this at the end of Koga as my warm-up, my cool-down song. Creed, man. Creed. Scott Stapp. Good old Scott Stapp.
Subscribe, baby. Next Tuesday, 1:00.
All right, boys and girls, you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here.